Welcome back to the channel. It is RacerX, and today I want to put together a little video about something many of you have been asking me about. I really get questions all the time, whether it's on Instagram or my comments section. Well, RacerX, is this mod safe in terms of my warranty? What's going to happen? Will it void my warranty? What mods will actually cause my warranty to just go away? Well, today I'm basically going to give you my thoughts on mods that are safe for your warranty, what most definitely will void your warranty, and maybe a couple other little tips and techniques I can give you to keep your warranty intact while still having some fun. So it should be a good one. Guys, if you are new to my channel, I need you to do me a gigantic favor. There's a subscribe button down there at the bottom. Also, if you hit the like, I would really appreciate it. You can follow me on Instagram, and we are off. We got the 1,000 horsepower God. All right, so before I even get started, I'm just going to go ahead and address it. Yes, it looks like my eyes are still trying to swell shut. The last couple of days, I've woken up and basically my eyes have been swollen shut because of something blowing through the air. Here in springtime in Texas, it absolutely feels like somebody is trying to sand my eyes down, and it pretty much sucks. So anyway, guys, that's what's going on here. But we will make do, and let's get into the mods on this. When we buy a vehicle from one of the big domestic manufacturers, typically that vehicle is going to come with a warranty. On cars like these, it's going to be 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, which gives us some peace of mind that when we're spending all this money, whether the car's a high horsepower car or not, that if something goes wrong, not only will that dealership or other dealerships of the same make assess what's wrong, but hopefully fix the issue for us. And these cars are a huge investment for us. Also, these vehicles will come with typically like a 5-year, 60,000 mile limited powertrain warranty. So if something goes wrong with the engine, thing just blows up on you and you haven't done any modifications to it, and you haven't been negligent with the car, hopefully the dealership will also cover that. And we know car repairs can be very expensive, especially when it comes to performance vehicles. Now, we want to keep that warranty intact for the most part because of that uncertainty. But as we car guys get in here and start doing modifications to them, things change quite a bit. So let's talk about maybe some of the mods that will hopefully keep your warranty intact. Now, obviously, we are going to look at my HELLCAT for the purposes of this video. And as many of you know, my HELLCAT is highly modified, or at least fairly highly modified. Car makes, like I said, over 1,000 horsepower. But I feel like it's a good way to show you some of the things that are going on, both that would be fine for your warranty and not so much. And the first thing I want to talk about is aesthetics. This car's got aftermarket stripes on it. Those are custom. It's got these custom badges from American Brothers, as you can see. But I am still running the stock wheels on this, which means basically I'm running a tire that would fit on the stock wheel. And I don't believe that it will cause any issue with warranty. Now, if you go with a big wheel setup on your car, you are really kind of opening yourself up for a warranty issue, especially if it's something like the diff. They could certainly say the diff is under more load if you went with, say, a 22-inch wheel, or you went down in wheel size as well. So if you can stick with the stock wheel size, at least in diameter, that will help your cause if you have something go wrong, maybe say with your diff. From an aesthetics perspective, you can do wicker bill spoilers, black out your taillights, and you can really make your car pretty darn cool and unique from an aesthetics perspective and really not worry too much about warranty. The next thing I want to talk about is exhaust. This is a question I get all the time. RacerX, will putting a catback exhaust on my car void the warranty? Well, the answer to that is pretty much yes and no. Well, will it avoid your exhaust warranty? Sure, you've got a brand new exhaust on there, but the great thing is most exhaust manufacturers will honor their own warranty. So there's something to be said for that. Now, in terms of the catalytic converters, because your catback exhaust comes after really the engine and after the cats, a lot of times if something goes wrong with your cats, the manufacturer or the dealership will still honor your warranty. Now, not everything is 100%. I do want to preface that. You have certain dealerships that are going to be sticklers for everything, and then you've got certain dealerships that are absolutely fantastic to work with and will really kind of do their best to take care of you. So you just have to kind of keep that in mind. And the other question I get a lot is on the mid-muffler delete. Well, RacerX, will a mid-muffler delete, will that mess up my warranty? It's the exact same thing there, right? If you cut the mufflers out of that thing, chances are that it's going to void your exhaust warranty. But at the end of the day, exhaust is relatively easy to deal with. It's not super crazy, even if you have something go wrong. It's relatively easy to fix, and exhaust sounds fantastic. It's one of the most popular mods on cars. So feel good about doing a catback exhaust, an axleback exhaust, or whatever to give the car that unique sound that you really want. And like I said, you're really not going to void anything other than your exhaust warranty typically. Another question I do get fairly often is, will a diff brace void my warranty? Or, if I take it into my diff brakes, if I have the diff brace still on there, could the dealership void my warranty? Well, the answer is yes. My suggestion, if something goes wrong with your diff, I would definitely take the diff brace off of the car before taking it in to have it looked at. The great thing is most of those things are fairly easily removed, and stuff can still go wrong with your differential even with the diff brace on it. So I would not take your car in with the diff brace still on it if you feel like there's a problem with your differential. Just a few words of advice. Another quick item of note, I'm actually looking underneath the car right now. You can see my big DIRS diff brace right there. Of course, I do have the X mod on here, but tucked right up in there is also a 4-inch aluminum drive shaft. And the reason I mention that is if you're running an aftermarket drive shaft and something does go wrong, they could potentially deny your claim for warranty either on your transmission or on your differential, simply because, those are the parts that move with the drive shaft. So you do have to keep in mind, go with aftermarket drive shaft. Not necessarily guaranteed that they would deny a warranty claim on your transmission, but certainly you would give them a reason to think about it. So just be mindful of that. Now, as we move under the hood, there are a lot of things to consider here. Now, first of all, you can see that I've got some aesthetic things done here. This is all my Hydro Dip stuff from JLT, which I think looks fantastic. There aren't really any dealers out there that I can think of that would have any issue with anything done from an aesthetic perspective under here. Now, when it comes to catch cans, I get this question all the time. Well, RacerX, will a catch can void my warranty? Under most circumstances, at most dealerships, probably not. They're probably not going to care about that catch can. As a matter of fact, it really only helps to keep the oil out of your intake, which in turn, just makes your engine run better. So I think it would be very silly if that was to void your warranty. Now, when it comes to cold air intakes, this one I want to caution you. This is obviously a stock air intake that's just hydro dipped, and that works great on my car. And I do think Dodge did a great job with the design. If you do a cold air intake, most dealerships or a lot of dealerships really won't care, but it's pretty evident that the thing has been done. The great thing is it's easy to swap your intake back, so you can always swap your intake back, and typically that's going to work out okay for you. But a lot of dealerships really won't care if you have a cold air intake on this thing. Also, a lot of people, especially on the naturally aspirated cars, the 5.7s and the 6.4s, of course there's a supercharger sitting here so you can't see it, but they will port their intakes. At the end of the day, you can't necessarily tell that intake has been ported, and as with all these other mods that I'm referring to, there is no tune needed to do that. And really the other thing is on the throttle body. So if you want to change out your throttle body, put a ported throttle body in there, really there's no way the dealership is going to be able to get in there and look at that and tell, and there's no tuning needed. So those are all mods that you can do pretty safely and probably keep your warranty intact. Now, on the suspension, if you happen to be running, say, shorter end lengths like I do on this car, chances are the dealership's not going to care too much about, still warranting your suspension parts. Now, if you're running coilovers or you're running bags on your car or something like that, completely different story. Chances are your suspension warranty will be void. On the interior, things should be pretty simple, really. Obviously, you don't want to take your car in with race seats in it or anything like that, or seats missing. Certainly not a good idea. It just kind of opens up Pandora's box and allows that dealership to have some seed of doubt. If you're running an aftermarket steering wheel, I've seen a lot of people do that. If you're having some sort of an electrical issue, they could say, hey, look, you messed up the wiring, and they could deny a claim based on that. Obviously, sometimes things go wrong with your center console or your Uconnect or whatever it may be. Certainly try and put everything as back to stock as soon as you can if you've got something going on with the interior of your car as well. It just gives that dealership less opportunity to kind of deny the warranty claim. So now we're on to the bigger stuff. If you've got a 5.7 Hemi or a 6.4 Hemi and you decide you want to put a power adder on the car, well, a couple of things are going to happen here. One, as you know, you're going to have to tune that car. So even if you put a new PCM in the car, you're going to throw a 1405 code. So, you know, so you got to have that thing unlocked. As soon as you go to the dealership and they port up to that car, they're going to be able to tell that your PCM has been modified. And many times dealerships will deny any sort of claim in terms of warranty on that, because they can tell that the PCM has been modified at least to some degree, or it's even been unlocked. So, you know, that is kind of the hard part. So whether you're thinking about going, you know, whether it's turbo, whether it's supercharger, whether you want to put nitrous on it, which still has to be tuned for, anything that you're going to have to do a tune for, chances are you're going to void your warranty. It is pretty hard to keep your warranty intact when you tune these cars. And it is a huge bummer, because to do so many fun things to the car, really these cars need to be tuned. Really, even to run a stat in these cars, a 170 or 180 degree stat, the best thing to do to get your fans to come on at the right time is to tune the car. So do keep that in mind. Also, if you own a HELLCAT, you do any sort of pulley work to these, once again, you're going to have to get tuned. So even if you put it all back to stock, right, you put all the stock pulleys back on it, you think something's wrong with the supercharger or the engine, if they port up to it, they're going to be able to tell that that PCM has been unlocked and it's been modified, and they could potentially flag your car. Also, if you happen to be running, say, like a taser or a pedal commander, anything like that, my suggestion is please get those things off the car before you take it in to try and have a claim done for warranty. Anything that you do, I mean, the closer you can get your car back to stock, the better the chance is that they're going to actually honor the warranty claim, and it just gives them less opportunity to say, hey, look, you know, this is a modified vehicle now, and you know, when they do that, sometimes they will flag your car, and that can just be a huge bummer. Now, I realize there may be a few mods on here that I probably, you know, didn't touch on, and I just kind of tried to hit the big things, or the things that came to my mind, or the ones that I really get the most questions about. But ultimately, it kind of boils down to really one thing. Only modify your vehicle to the extent that you're willing to fix it. I know I've mentioned this before, but chances are if you're trying to make big power out of these, you're going to avoid the warranty, and horsepower tends to break things. So you need to put yourself in the right position. If you're going to do that, you just have to almost expect that the warranty will be voided, and be okay with that in your mind, because chances are it probably will. And you know what? That doesn't mean the car is going to break. I mean, these cars are very robust. If you do things the right way with the right parts, a lot of times they can be very reliable, but you just have to be prepared, because anything can happen. So anyway, guys, it's been a fun one. Hopefully you agree with my assessment. Let me know if I missed something. As always, I really appreciate you sticking in there with me, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.